The Storybinder and the End of the Grey Dullness. The child's finger, warm and trembling, traces the final shimmering word on my last page. A single teardrop falls, a tiny liquid prism catching golden light and splatters across the delicate paper. This is it. The end. In just a moment, she will speak the word aloud, and all the magic left within my stitched spine and worn leather cover will rush out in a great, silent sigh. I will become what I appear to be, just an old book full of faded ink and forgotten tales. I feel a deep, slow ache like a star that is burning out. Yet, as I look at the wonder blooming in her eyes, as the colors of her imagination paint universes behind her brow, I know it was all worth it. I would not change a thing. My name is Storybinder, and I am what you would call a book. But at first, I was not made of paper and ink. I was woven from the leftover magic of an incredible day, a June 26th, long ago, a day when a new story was born, one so powerful it sent ripples across the world. I was formed from those ripples, crafted to hold pure, uncut magic of imagination. I waited for the child who needed it most. For years, I rested on a forgotten shelf in the corner of a charming, dusty shop called The Lost Page. I watched the world through grime on the window pane. Gradually, I noticed something troubling. A strange, colorless fog began to seep into town. It was not weather, but a fog of boredom. I called it the Grey Dullness. The Grey Dullness clung to everyone, causing shoulders to slump and eyes to glaze over. It rose from the glowing screens in their hands, screens that whispered about easy games and endless mindless videos. The Grey Dullness muted laughter and drained the bold colors from the world. Everything dulled, becoming shades of tired gray. Still, I waited. My magic hummed beneath my cover, singing the silent song of enchanted forests and whispering stars. I hoped for someone who could still hear it. My purpose, my story, was simply to wait and watch for a worthy reader. Then, on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, she walked in. Lily was a small girl with wide, curious eyes, but the Grey Dullness clung to her too. Her own little screen glowed in her hands, making her look like a small, wandering ghost. Beside her was her grandmother, a kind woman whose colors were beginning to fade. "Look, Lily," her grandmother whispered, her words rustling softly like dry leaves. "Look at all these adventures waiting for you." Lily glanced up, uninterested, her thumb sliding across her screen. Grandmother, hopeful, let her hand rest gently on my cover. A spark, a flicker of stored magic leapt from me through her grandmother's gentle touch and right into Lily. It was only a tingle, like static on a winter's day, but it was enough. Lily blinked. She finally noticed me. My cover was not fancy, just dark blue leather with a single silver star. Yet in her eyes, the star seemed to wink. The Grey Dullness around Lily wavered like smoke in the wind. She hesitated, then pocketed her phone and reached for me with both hands. The instant her fingers touched my cover, I knew she was the one. Warmth surged through my pages as she opened me. The Grey Dullness grew weaker, no match for this new spark of curiosity between us. The first page she read was about a griffin who painted the sunrise with the tip of a fiery feather. As Lily read, The words glowed and rose from the page, weaving together until a tiny shimmering griffin appeared. It soared above us, trailing gold and pink light before fading into sparkling dust. Lily gasped, a sound of pure, astonished delight. The Grey Dullness shrank in fear of that bright sound retreating from her. I felt the first gentle tug from my magic, the cost for that miracle, a price I gladly paid. With excited joy, Lily convinced her grandmother to get me. She ran home, clutching me to her chest as if I was the most precious thing in the world. The Grey Dullness tried to follow, but it just couldn't keep up. That night, Lily read about the whispering woods, where trees told secrets. Green light filled her room, her wallpaper twisted into forest shapes. She heard the soft rustling of leaves and silly, wonderful secrets whispered through the air. Her bedroom became part of the tale. The Grey Dullness was banished from her room, powerless to cross the threshold. I felt myself grow weaker, my silver star dimmer, but Lily's joyful dreams that night rewarded me. I knew my purpose surged on. The next day was hard. The siren call of her little screen was strong. Her friends were sharing a new video. The Grey Dullness creeping into her thoughts. The easy path called to her, but so did a memory of magic and color. I felt the cold touch of the fog from the living room. I summoned my will and made the silver star on my cover pulse with warm, gentle light, a silent call back to the magic we shared. She saw it, and her heart wavered. Standing in the doorway, her phone in hand, Lily looked at me. Inside her, a battle raged between the easy gray and the rich, hard-won colors of imagination. She took a deep breath, set the phone down, and picked me up. She chose the promise of magical stories. This time, her story was about a city in the clouds. As she read aloud from the porch swing, it began to rise softly until she was drifting among clouds, cities of light, and rainbows overhead. She laughed, a sound so full of brilliant wonder it startled birds below. That laugh took much of my power. But as Lily floated back down, seeing the possibilities of the world through her expanding imagination, I felt stronger than ever. Even as my pages grew thin and my ink began to fade. The true change came when Lily realized the magic was meant for more than just her. She took me to the park and gathered her friends, all staring at their small screens, each cocooned in their own grey dullness. None wanted to listen at first. Lily began to read a story about a playful river spirit who loved pulling pranks. Suddenly, the park's drinking fountain shot a jet of water, looping in the air before splashing down in a harmless shower. The children gasped, their screens forgotten. As Lily read on, bubbles floated from the pages. Each one, when popped, burst with a joyful sound. Soon, the park was full of children chasing rainbow bubbles, their faces bright, their laughter ringing out. The Grey Dullness did not stand a chance. With every story Lily shared, my magic spread farther, painting the world with wonder. But with each miracle, I faded more. My pages became thin and brittle. My cover, once star bright, was now weary and soft from so many loving hands. I had one page left, one story, a single shining word. Her room was now a workshop of dreams filled with griffin drawings and Cloud City models. The grey dullness was gone, replaced by brilliant, swirling creativity. My journey was almost done. She looked down at me, her eyes filled with gratitude and sadness. She knew our journey was ending. She leaned close, whispering the final glowing word on my page, create. A tidal wave of golden light, every bit of magic I still held, flowed from my pages and into Lily's heart. It poured gently, not exploding, but streaming out her window and sweeping over the town, polishing the world until it shone anew. And then stillness. The glow in my pages died. The warm hum of power inside me went silent. My ink was just ink. My paper was just paper. I was finished, a simple book resting quietly at her side. A single tear I didn't know I could cry seemed to fall from my silver star. Was this the end, I wondered? Would I be put back on a shelf, silent and forgotten forever? But Lily did something I never expected. She closed my cover, kissed the silver star, and picked up a clean, empty notebook and a pen. She opened to the first fresh page. She looked at the world outside, sparkling with endless tales, and began to write. Chapter 1. My magic was never meant to be kept. It was made to be passed on. I am no longer the Storybinder. She is. What felt like an ending was only a beginning, and her story is just beginning.